Welcome back. In the previous lesson, we have seen the introduction of arrays. Today, we're doing a bit of a theory lesson to find all the properties of arrays. Now, this is a very important lesson in order to understand what are the properties that are there in arrays for which we are learning arrays. Like you will understand what are the importance of arrays. Moreover, why do we need to use them in C++? Now, there are a couple of important properties which we found out in arrays. The very first one which I have to refer is that arrays are homogeneous in nature. Now, what does this word homogeneous mean? So if I have to give a clear idea about it, is that if you see the previous lesson where I wrote the array int, let's say A is the name of array, I have 6 elements here, and let's write 40, 39, 60, 51, 71. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 73. So here I have 6 elements over here. Can you see one similarity over this, that all are integer type numbers? That means they are of homogeneous. You can use one array at a time. You can make one array at a time with similar data type only. Like you cannot put a float number in between, or you cannot put a double number in between, or something like that. You cannot put a string in between. So if you're doing an int array, everything should be integers. You cannot put anything else. So that is the first property, that they are homogeneous in nature. The next property for arrays are that they store the data in continuous memory location. Continuous memory locations. Now, what does this mean? If I have to talk about an array which I wrote, let's say int 6, if I have to draw like a box, like a memory box, something like this, if I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's write 7 here. Fine. So let's write some numbers here. Let's say 6, 1, 0, 2, 3, 11, 40. If I have to write the address, that is the locations for this. So how will I write? If the very first address is starting with 1000, the next one, since it is an int type data type, it will be 1004. Then 1008, 1012, 1016, 1020, and 1024. Because int type data type takes 4 bytes of memory. So since it's a continuous memory location, so after that, since it's an int type, the next space or the next address will be +4 of the previous address. So that is why this is how they are stored. If let's say I had string or character, let's take character, then it will be continuous 1 byte. So after 1000 it will be 1001, then 2, then 3 for characters. So data type plays a crucial role in the address of where the values are stored. So that is the second property for arrays. The third property for arrays are that index of the array always starts with 0. Always starts with 0. So no matter which data type of array you're making or what kind of array you're making, always every single array's index will start with a 0. For example, if I have an array over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 0, 11, 12, and 40. So this will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So no matter whatever array I'm doing, I have to start with the index starting with 0 only. So that is the rule for the array, or that is the one more property for the array. The next property for the array, you can consider this as a disadvantage, that arrays are of fixed size. Like if you have made an array and you have fixed the size, let's say if I write int a is equal to 7, I cannot change the size of this array. It will be 7 only. I can only put maximum up to 7 elements. So this is one disadvantage which you can see. And we users has to mention the size when we are declaring it, and it will be fixed. You cannot change it afterwards. Cannot change the size. Fifth property which will be for the array would be arrays can be multi-dimensional. Now, what does this thing mean? Till now, the arrays that you have seen, even in the program and the arrays which I'm making, they're all one-dimensional arrays. It's just one single dimension. But whereas you will even learn those, maybe after 2 more sessions, you will learn about multi-dimensional arrays. So you can simply take this in the format that it's an array of tabular form. It's like a table where it will have rows and columns, and there we store all the numbers. So it will be same as homogeneous arrays only. So all int type data type will be there, and it will be homogeneous, but it will be of tabular form. It will have rows, it will have columns. We'll discuss more about multi-dimensional array when you will have that lesson. So one lesson is there only for multi-dimensional arrays. There you will understand it much more better. As a property, you can remember that array can be multi-dimensional as well. So these are some properties of arrays which you have to remember. If you have any doubts regarding any of the property, you can put down in the comment section.